Welcome back to my channel here. This is Pedro Fame. So back to another video. I know it's been a little bit, been doing some things throughout the week, but I also got something that's going to be coming up on the channel in about a week and a half. You guys are really going to be in for a treat there. So a new device is coming to the channel, and you guys will see a couple of videos on that as well. But as you guys can see, we're talking about today the March 8th Apple event on Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. 1 p.m. to Eastern time. So expect that. Get ready for it. It's going to be awesome. Also, that same day, I'm going to be covering what's going on. I'm going to do a separate video for each one of the options that come up. Each one of the products that get released. Also, going to be doing a buyer's guide for each one of them. And I'm going to actually purchase something with you guys. So you guys will see me actually buy one of these items. That's going to be coming up on March 8th's event. So make sure to stay tuned. Next week's going to just be every single day is going to be filled with a video. So you can book the next week and about a half full of just Apple related news, different products, things like that. So make sure to stay tuned. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into it. So this is Mac Rumors, and I also have The Verge. So I wanted to show you guys multiple sources so you guys don't think that I'm blowing smoke. I've watched probably 40 to 70 videos on the March 8th event, starting from January to now. There has been so many videos, that many videos. That's literally how many videos have been produced, and I've watched every one of them to find out and nail every single one of these. And I think Mac Rumors and Verge have it right. First one, iPhone SE 5G. This is going to be the third generation of the iPhone SE. It's going to be coming out for 2022, as the last one came out 2020. So they're doing it every 2-year cycle. So I believe 2024 we will see an actual redesign of this. So there's a spoiler alert. There's no redesign coming. This is the smallest incremental update of all time. But there is some interesting things, and there is a reason why I believe this item is going to be selling like hotcakes, and it is because of about a couple of things. So this is going to support 5G now. It's going to be the cheapest phone in the entire world that's going to be 5G cellular connection. So that is awesome. Still going to be rocking the iPhone 8 look with Touch ID, 4.7-inch LCD screen. You guys can see here the iPhone SE will continue to be the only iPhone that offers Touch ID. Wireless charging will be supported, but we're not expecting MagSafe. So that's that. And I did hear from other videos that is true, that it will be supporting wireless charging, but it won't be. There won't be an accessory for MagSafe, which a little sucks. But we will see there. The iPhone SE will come in the same colors as it did before: black, white, red. Makes the most sense. There's no reason for them to pour money into this. Also, it's going to be getting the better chip, so it's going to be getting the A15 instead of the A13, I think it was. For that one, iPhone is the same chip as in the iPhone 13, so it's going to drastically improve performance. Battery should be better. Storage is getting the same, 64, 128, 256 options. Those aren't going to change. Like I said, this is going to stay at the same price of $400. And it's going to be the first iPhone flagship, like I said, or the cheapest iPhone flagship with a 5G iPhone connection. So make sure, and also there is going to be camera update, so a little bit bigger sensor and also better image processing on this model as well. So look for it to sell really well. I expect this one to sell really well, even though it's just a literal spec bump, and I literally mean like a tiny bump, but it is going to sell because of its price range. Now let's get into the juicier stuff. iPad Air 4. This is not going to be a radical change. What you see is the iPad Air 4 is going to be the same as this iPad Air 5. There's going to be no change there. It's going to be small like the iPhone SE, but you will see this get updated to 5G. So there will be 5G cellular connection. There will also be, it will also get the center stage. So it's also going to be getting that feature, which is great because every single iPhone or iPad model has it except for the Air. So this is going to be awesome to see that this is getting. 5G is going to be added if you want a cellular version. Don't buy a cellular version of an iPad. I say that's all the time. That's so stupid, especially if you have an iPhone, you can just share Wi-Fi with it. So it's really not that big of a deal. Also, the camera changes are going to be different, so you are going to be getting 2 cameras on the iPad Air for the first time ever, so it'll fit a lot better with the Magic Keyboard, because if you see it in the iPad Air 4 now, it only has the one camera. And it looks kind of weird when you put it on, and it is compatible with Magic Keyboard, but it looks kind of odd, so that's cool. There's going to be a second one. It's expected to be an ultra-wide camera in the front-facing camera, and then for the back one, I think it's going to get another 12 megapixels. It's not really going to be that big of a deal. Nobody really takes videos on the back of their iPad. I mean, from their iPad. It's just not really a great thing to do anyways. USB-C sticking around. You can go and expect that. No real big changes to battery life. Not expecting that either. So don't expect there to be a big change there. And you're going to see it start at the exact same $600 for the 64 gigabyte model. That is still so disappointing that there's a 64 gigabyte model for an iPad. 128 should be standard, except for the original iPad that starts at $329. I think if we're going iPad Air, if we're already spending $600, we should be getting 128 gigabytes, but that's just me. The Mac Mini, by the way, this is coming from Mac Rumors, so I just wanted to go ahead and shout them out. But the Mac Mini is finally getting a redesign. I have been waiting. This is probably the product I'm waiting the most on, and probably the product that I'm going to be the most excited for, and probably the one that you guys are going to see me do more future videos updates on that. Because I'm currently working off of a Mac Mini. This is currently what I'm using for my video editing setup. So get ready to see maybe something new on the channel. So the M1 Mac Mini was released in late 2020. It is expected to get an update, new redesign design. This is going to be the first one to actually get a redesign. Only one of the products to get a complete redesign, actually, I wanted to say. And mention that there's going to be an M1. There's going to be a Mac Mini Pro, and there's going to be a Mac Mini M2 version that's going to be displayed likely off as well. So this is just talking about the M1 and M1 Pro Max versions that are going to be coming. So it's finally eliminating the Intel chips. Like I said, 2-year silicon transition they promised in WWDC in 2020. So this is obviously 2022. This is a 2-year mark coming up. So the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips feature a 10-core CPU with 8 high-efficiency cores, 2 high-efficiency cores and 8 high-power cores. Though there is an 8-core version used in the 14-inch MacBook Pro, don't expect that to be used on here. So then the M1 Pro features a 16 GPU, 14 cores in the base model, and 14 in the 14-inch, while the M1 Max features a 32-core GPU. There's also a lower tier 24. I don't think those options will be there for this Mac Mini. The M1 Pro supports up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and M1 Max supports 64. So pretty much everything that you saw in the fall when you saw the new 14-inch and the 16-inch MacBook Pros get released with M1 Pro and M1 Max chips, those are the exact same specs that are going to be coming into this one. The cool thing is it is going to have a glass top on the new Mac Mini. Let me see if I don't know if the Verge will have it. No, let me... So you guys can see here. Let's see. So pretty much similar to what you see here. You will have a headphone jack on this one. I don't believe that this one doesn't have it, so I don't believe this one has all the audio ports. But you will see 4 Thunderbolt ports on the Mac Mini Pro. You will see the 2 USB-As, you will see the 10 gigabit Ethernet, and you will also see the HDMI, and along with on the end there, you will see a headphone jack. So those are going to be the new things that are coming up. You can see the glass top, like how the original Mac Minis are. It is going to be coming space gray only if you want the M1 Pro or M1 Max version, so the Mac Mini Pros. If you want a regular Mac Mini, we'll talk about those a little bit later in this video, but those will also be getting a new design. So, and you can kind of see here, has a plexiglass with the top and 2-tone color schemes is what it's going to be. No new colors have been officially confirmed, so we don't know 100%. And that is a huge update for this. Next, 13-inch MacBook Pro. This is the one that's going to be featuring the M2. So this is the same 13-inch MacBook Pro, same design, same everything. It's going to be the exact same, likely the same pricing as well. This one's going to be debuting the M2 chip, and this is what's going to be shown off. So, and this is... So if you know what an M1 MacBook Pro looks like, just replace that with the M2. So let's talk about the leaks on this one. So there will be no mini LED technology. There will be no 120 hertz ProMotion. It'll be 60, and it'll be, I think, the 2K screen that it has currently. But the M2 chip does have some finish over the M1. So it does still have the same 8-core CPU as the M1, but there is going to be more speed and efficiency improvements, as it is going to be on a smaller nanometer chip. The GPU is going to be where it's going to really gain. It's supposed to be gaining anywhere from 15 to 20% better performance than the M1. So this is going to be awesome, especially on the GPU side. Gaming was terrible on this thing. It was unplayable in M1s, but this one should help with it a little bit more. Like I said, you shouldn't game on Macs if that's what you're hoping for. You should go for Windows. But if you're going to do a little bit like gaming, or you're going to do something really graphic intensive, the M2 should help with that, as there will be 9 and 10 core GPU core options expected to be available, up from the 7 and 8 core GPU options in the original M1. And like I said, this is going to be a small nanometer chip, so it's going to be a little bit better. But it is not as good as the M1 Pro and M1 Max, which have more cores, more GPUs. So that's really not in the same league. Now, it will be succeeded, as stated here, by Mac Pro, by the M2 Pro and the M2 Max. And you can also see that here, in The Verge speaks about it the same exact way. So you can see here, it has the M2 event. You can pretty much expect the same things. So those are the things that are coming out. So let's go back. There are going to be new iPhone case colors. This was leaked. The guy Majin Buu, that's obviously his name. He's just a leaker. But this was in China. These were the new colors. It was by an iPhone manufacturer that got samples of them. These are the new case colors that are going to be coming out for them. So take a look at them. They're MagSafe silicone cases. Nothing really great. Here is where it gets interesting. This is going to be talked about at the end of the event. Obviously, this is going to be Apple's beta testing the 15.4 and iPad OS 15.4 and Mac OS Monterey 12.3. Reasons why they're doing this is because if you guys haven't noticed, the universal control hasn't yet come to the iPads or the Macs for the Monterey. So this is going to be coming in these updates. So this will be where it'll be official. This is when it'll be put out to the world on this exact date on March 8th. So on Tuesday, get ready to see the 15.4 is the update. Uses Face ID while wearing a mask. If you have an iPhone 12 or newer phone, plus it also introduces emoji characters laid by the groundwork. Tap to pay as well. New Siri voices, anti-stalking functionalities within the AirTags. And then for Mac and iPad, the long-awaited universal control is the number one thing and the only real thing that's really coming out for 15.4 and 12.3 Monterey, which is the big reason why a lot of people cannot wait for this update, including myself, as there, like I said, there will be a new product that will be able to take advantage of that universal control. And then, obviously, the event coverage will be on March 8th on the Apple Events website, YouTube, and Apple TV. So make sure to, like I said, it's at 1 p.m. and it is 10 a.m. Pacific time. So whatever time zone you're in, make sure you're up, ready to go for that. I am super excited for the event. You will see me 100%. Like I said, that day, put out a video. From there on, put out some more videos. Also, another video will be dropping tomorrow. That video will be an actual Windows video. So it's going to be my first Windows video that I've ever done for you guys. So hopefully you guys like it. And here's, again, pictures of the new Mac Mini Pro. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will see you guys in the next one.